Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are back in the Alabama and we are on Tears of the Desert and it's a domination. And I feel like we've been here before. So yeah, hopefully you guys had a great weekend. I know I had a pretty decent weekend. Did a little bit of catching up on sleep Saturday, but Sunday me and the old man we went out and got some lunch. So yeah, it was a pretty good weekend. Nice little chill weekend. Sometimes it's nice to just relax, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, we're gonna start off by going over to the right. I don't know, this map is weird. Like, it seems like no matter which side I choose, that's the side that everybody ends up going to. So I just throw it up in the air at this point. Whatever side I decide to feel like going to, that's the side that I go to. But yeah, we're going to go over to the right this time. Of course, the one guy that spawns in late on our team spawns in right next to me, right in the direction that I need to travel. And so we're going to run into him. But yeah. I've been having a rough go of it today. I've been having a rough go of it for a while. It just seems like nothing is going right. Nothing. Everything that can go wrong does go wrong. And it's absolutely abysmal lately. Let me know what you guys think in the comments too. Have you guys been having a rough, any rougher than usual, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's been rough. I'm not gonna lie, rough sledding out there. But we're gonna do everything we can to enjoy ourselves because you can't let it get you down too long. Like, I get frustrated as much as anybody, you guys know that. But you just gotta hang in there and keep playing, and you do eventually get through it. And so that's what this is kind of about. Like, I've been playing Yamato, playing the Alabama, a little bit of Iowa, just a little bit of everything to try to get a little bit of a fun game, mixing it up, getting some of the battleships back on the channel. As I know, we've been playing a lot of destroyers and cruisers lately, so I try to get some of the battleships rotated back through. And so we shoot at the Odin here, and this is one of those faster battleships, and it always throws me off at range. Like, up close, no problem, I'll delete them all day long. But at range, I always underestimate just how fast they're going. And I give them the normal battleship lead, which is 2 full bars, and I end up just a little short. Now, the Wichita over here is going to shoot at me. He's going to hit me with high explosive, and of course he's going to set a fire, because every time somebody hits me with high explosive, they set a fire. It's just the way it goes. Now, this Wichita is spotted this entire time. He's in the cap, he's heading straight for our destroyer, who is sitting in a smoke screen and watching it happen. Now, I don't know about you guys, but this is one of those instances where you just have to know what you're up against. If you are in a destroyer and you see a radar cruiser bearing down on you, you've got to realize that he's going to radar you any moment and he's going to nuke you. And unfortunately, I just am not in a position to help him yet. I know I can destroy the Wichita really easily in this ship. I overmatch it, and it's an Alabama, so I tend to Citadel cruisers. But yeah, he's able to take out our Benham immediately. And so we're going to go ahead. He's angled, and this is beautiful. Deletion, wait for it. Pow! Really? Really, game? We get 7 penetrations, but not a single Citadel on an angled Wichita. Really? Alright. He's not long for this world. He's gonna die. But the good news is he sets us on fire with only like 10 seconds left in our cooldown. We go ahead and pop the first heal, and we're gonna use our damage control in a moment because we're not really being shot at, so might as well use it. I don't normally put out a single fire because it almost always backfires on me. But if nobody's really shooting me with HE, then putting out a single fire instead of letting it go, it's the right play. But you got to make sure that you're not going to take any fire damage, which, of course, we're starting to get hit with HE again. There's a Hipper out there, and he's actually got a good shot at us. It's either the Hipper or it's the Odin. And the Odin is broadside on and absolutely begging for it. So we place the shot out there, and come on, baby. Pow! 12,000 plus an extra 1,400, so roughly 13,500 damage in that salvo. So not too shabby. But unfortunately, he's going to be able to get that thing moving quick enough to get out of the way before we can get loaded again. I was tracking him. I was salivating. I'm like, he's almost dead. He's almost dead. Come on, one more chance. One more chance. Come on, fire. And unfortunately, it's just going to be a little bit too late. We're going to catch the rear of his ship with like one shell. And yeah, do 1,400 damage. But that's when I noticed that there was a Fletcher out to my right side. And so I look back to my teammates. I'm like, hey, cruisers, I've got 2 of you right here. Can one of you break off and go after that destroyer? We don't need a destroyer shooting at our flanks. So to my surprise, I get a affirmative, and he actually just breaks off and goes after the guy. Which, mind blown. Teammates that cooperate. And it's not about me trying to tell people how to play the game. It's just me saying, hey, there's a destroyer out there. You're the cruiser. Could you please do something about it? You know? So, it's mind-boggling to me when people just refuse or they say negative, and I'm like, it's as much your interest as it is mine. I mean, it's gonna be one of us getting torped. So, you can see, after he does go out there to fire, or to get the Fletcher, I'm gonna try to help him. Because killing a destroyer is beneficial to everybody. And unfortunately, Fletcher's just not able, or not going full throttle, and we miss our shot. Which isn't something that normally happens, but again, I've been a little bit off lately. Just see, I don't know why. I just can't seem to hit the shots that I normally do. I don't know why. I'm getting rusty in my old age, I guess. Maybe that's what it is. Ever since I hit 34 years old, I just can't figure out how to aim anymore. But yeah, it's just not been a good couple of days for me in World of Warships. But we do what we can, right? That's all you can do. Just try to struggle through it and get some fun games and find the fun in it. Now, I started pushing up, A, to capture the base, and B, to just get out here and put some more pressure on these guys and get them out from behind that island. We've got the advantage on this side. You guys know I like to push the advantage. We have a cruiser that's pushing up, being a little bit crazy, to be honest. That guy's probably not long for this world. I like the gumption, but at the same time, you gotta make sure that you're not doing it alone, especially in a cruiser. But Gneisenau's coming at me, and what does Gneisenau have? Torpedoes. So I'm assuming torps are on the way. I've got my spotter plane. We just activated it. We're going to aim a little higher than normal, and pow! 21,470 damage, and not a single citadel was had because he's just too close and it's German, so turtleback armor and all the good stuff. But to my surprise, he completely forgets about shooting me with torpedoes. That's preferable. Those are my favorite kind of torpedoes, the ones that never get launched. But yeah, I don't know why. Maybe we destroyed his torp tube or something, but he just never launched his torpedoes at us. So we're going to get the rear gun on him, we're going to fire the gun, and then we're going to use the front, because I wasn't sure that I'd finish him off with the rears, and we do actually finish him off, and down he goes. Now, we've got an Odin still out there alive somehow, and we've got the Hipper out there, and that's about the time that I get smashed in the face by an Iowa. Really, Iowa? Is this how you want to do this, Sunshine? Which of us in this situation is sitting broadside on, and which of us is bow tanking? Now, I urge you, Iowa, reconsider your notions next time, because this ain't gonna go well for you. Wait for it. Come on, baby. He notices, he tries to take off, and he's gonna catch it, but not a citadel. Unfortunately, we get 2 penetrations, 4,700 damage roughly. But yeah, he's not going to be quite so lucky in this salvo. We hit him with the front gun over the top of the mountain and drop the bomb right over the mountain, giving us a nice little citadel. And honestly, he's trying to use the island to cover, but you're 900 feet long, buddy. You're not covering anything. All you're doing is just delaying the inevitable. And you're not even doing very good at that. And down he goes. Now, I'm not going to lie, the next part of this match is kind of boring, so I apologize for you guys that are watching it. You might want to skip ahead in the video, but I'll try to make it entertaining by telling you guys some things. First of all, if you haven't seen any of Highpound's streams, go to his channel. I'll always link it the day of as well. But usually about 2 p.m. Eastern time, he goes live on his channel, and on Mondays, me and him get together and do a live stream. So I will be on his live stream when you guys see it later today. So make sure you guys stop by and say, hey, represent that Spartan army for me. I always like to have people show up and be like, hey, I'm here from Spartan, just to irritate Hive. Not that I think it irritates him, considering how many extra viewers we get to come over to the streams. But it is always funny when everybody starts showing up saying Spartan Army and all that stuff. But this Hipper is going to be a pain in my neck, man. We're going to get a good hit on him early, and then he's going to go into super evasion annoying mode. And yeah, you can see he's lucky he's alive after that one. You don't play around with a Alabama in a cruiser, because Alabamas delete cruisers regularly. But to his credit, he's shooting me back. And you can see I don't lead him quite enough on this salvo. And then he also goes into evasion mode. And so he's going to avoid it. Just barely. Barely got out of the way of it. Like I said, I'm a pretty decent shot most of the time. I can hit most people. But yeah, this Hipper's going to give me the slip for a while. He's just annoying to shoot at, basically. We're going to push up. The friendly Lei Fantasque takes out the Akatsuki. However, the Akatsuki set him on fire and finishes him off. So, a destroyer trade. This game is coming down to the wire. We've got a battleship all the way in the back, and I don't know what he's doing at this point, but he captured the base, I'm assuming. So that's good. Because I literally sailed through the base after I got hit by the Iowa. So, good on him for capturing the base. I am going to keep shooting at the Hipper, trying to change it up. Anytime you got somebody actively dodging your shells, what they're doing most of the time is they're watching, waiting for you to fire your guns, and then they just start turning one way or the other. So what you do is you pay attention to which way they like to turn, and knowing that he had just turned to the right, I figure he's probably going to turn to the left. And so I aim a little bit ahead of where he is and to the left, hoping that when he dodges right back into it. And then I check just as they're about to arrive, and we were close, but not quite. Not quite enough to the left. However, Zara's not going to be quite so lucky. I mean, you're 10 kilometers away, broadside on, sailing in a straight line, and then you start shooting me because I guess I'm the closest person to you. So, yeah, this isn't going to go well for you, Zara. And the funny thing is, in true Spartan fashion, we have to leave him with just enough for somebody else to finish off. Because, you know, why would we actually finish him off? He's a cruiser. He's just absolutely begging for it. We go ahead and extinguish the fire again. Another single fire damage con. But we don't have a whole lot of hit points left, so we can't let it burn. And the Hipper, while it can set us on fire, it's not likely to set us on fire as often as some of the other cruisers out there. And that just comes down to experience playing against it and stuff. It's also not the most accurate ship in the world. So you can somewhat dodge, even in a battleship, when it starts firing its guns. But you're going to see it's difficult. Even in the Alabama with its amazing turn rate, that it's difficult to avoid all of the shells from a cruiser. You can avoid a lot of them, but you can't avoid all of them. He's going to get a couple hits per salvo, and any one of them can set a fire, and if they do, I'm probably going to die, because I'm still 30 seconds out from getting another damage con. Now, the good news is, we've got all of the bases capped, and we're at 900 points, so it's not a long ways left in this match, regardless of whether we can kill this guy or not. But I saw him turning hard to port right there, and so I try to catch him slipping, and unfortunately, he sees it coming, and he just straightens himself out and avoids him again. It's just, he's doing everything right to avoid getting hit by me. There's nothing I can do about it. He does set me on fire, but unfortunately for him, it was right as my damage con was coming back, so I just damage conned it again. Now, we only have 50 points left before this game is over. So, if I'm going to finish him, I'm going to need to do it very, very quick. Now, he's obviously slowed way down, so I'm going to aim a little bit closer to him, hoping to catch him off guard, and come on, baby. But no, he turns towards us, once again, turning in just enough to avoid my shells. It's frustrating as crap. He's done everything right just to avoid me. Like, I don't think he's dodging anybody else. He's just dodging me. But we win the match anyway. It doesn't really matter what he does. But hopefully I'll see you guys in a Hivehound stream. We ended up with a pretty solid game. 123,000 damage, I think. Yep, 123,000 damage, Confederate Dreadnought, and a high caliber. 2,200 base XP. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.